Hey guys, hey, I am really glad I'm back. And I actually got a new computer because I just was fed up with my old computer. Um, and I was just like, I'm just gonna get a new one and be done with it. So, yes, it did take a chunk of change out of my pocket, but you know what? It's okay. Because, you know, that's just how life works sometimes. Sometimes you just got to do that, and this definitely is going to last a lot longer. So today is the 15th of July, and yeah, yes, I am very excited about my new computer. Um, but there is something that I'd like to discuss before I go into more other portions of my day and things that I've done. So I'll probably be making multiple videos. Um, but my most important thing that I wanted to talk about was, and I hope I don't mind, the person doesn't mind me throwing their name out there, was I get like updates about when people write, little notifications on my uh, different videos that I make. And I got one, somebody wrote about their experience about medication side effects for epilepsy and stuff. A really long list about, like, the things that happened in their life and things like that. This person's name is Steve, if you don't mind me saying that, Steve. Saying how that they had this happen in the past, certain things, and how complicated and difficult, and how they understood what same things that I was going through at the time, that how horrible I was feeling, and how I hoped that was feeling better, and then how literally just within the last couple days it all started up again, and how that is affecting his life again. And it's just so strange on how that coincides, because it's almost like same thing with me right now, because I literally had gone 2.5 years without a seizure, and then just like end of May, I had it's called a partial seizure. It's a seizure where, like, it's only like a minute, and it's really not that long, and it's not a lot of violent jerking. It's more just like slight, like, blips, sort of. But still, it is a seizure, and it's very frustrating, because my doctor had wanted me to go down on medication, and so now it's like, well, now does she want me to go down on medication? Will going down on medication make things worse? How is that going to affect me? And things like that. And so, just, yeah, I got that. It was really difficult and everything, and I was also having some double vision and dizziness and things like that, and I was like, these things had gone away for a really long time, and then all of a sudden they just came and swooped back into my life, and it's like, where is this coming from? Why is this happening? Like, what's controlling this thing from us? And like, what brings us to this point? And then I ended up having another partial seizure on the 9th of July. And that was also like only a minute. Nobody actually saw it, but I had this like kind of feeling that I had it. And yeah, so it's all very big frustration of not really being able to do anything about this unless you're able to see your neurologist, and seeing a neurologist takes like 6 months to see. And so it's so frustrating, especially when you can't get in contact with these people. And we're not trying to blame anybody. It's just that it's like so difficult. So my heart really goes out to anybody else with epilepsy. I appreciate your stories. I appreciate like anything that you guys share, because it makes me feel that I'm not alone in things, because I know there are some times when I do feel like I am alone. Um, I do feel like that there's times there I'm like, I'm just the only one who's dealing with these problems, but then I'm also like, but I know that I'm not. Because it's not, I know that I'm not the only person dealing with these problems. There's other people who are dealing with these problems at the same time. And this person's, Steve's, what he was telling, like what he wrote in his little things was very enlightening and really made me come back down to earth and think about what happens in my life and how epilepsy really affects me. So I want to say thank you to you. I hope you're watching this. I'm going to try and put it on the epilepsy one as well as my normal one, and maybe try and get in contact with you and see, however. Though I did see that you are from Ireland, which is totally cool, because it's like, I never in my million dreams would think that somebody from Ireland would be watching one of my videos. So thanks. That just totally makes my day. Yeah, so even that just is awesome. So cool. Thanks. Anyway, I wish you like the best of luck with everything that you're going through, and I just want you to know that you are not the only one who has to deal with these things. I know that it's super difficult. I also know that it's something that we can all get through. It's even in those times when you're just like, why did this happen to me? Why did I get picked? Why did my brain decide to go pull combustion, and why do I have to like not be able to do anything, and why do I have to deal with this? That's when you just, yeah, it's hard, I know, and I can't even begin to understand like what you go through or anything or anybody else goes through. But I know for me, it's hard for me because like I see double, and I know that my eye starts to turn in and everything, and I like think about like, do people think I look like a crazy person? Because I do know that some of my coworkers, they realize like, you are seeing double right now. I can tell because I can see, and then I'm like, I'm like, yeah. And then now there's like some people that are like, how are you standing? And I'm like, I just am. I'm like, I am because I have to. It's like, I have to stand. There's no way for me not to. If I don't, then, I mean, then I get like, what can I do? I have to live. So yeah, it's frustrating. We all have to deal with it. But we have each other to help deal with it. And I think that is the biggest thing, that we have each other to help deal with these things, and deal with our problems, and deal with like epilepsy, almost like a little epilepsy support group online. Woohoo! Meeting. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there's been other people who have like said things about what their experiences are, which I think is really cool, and I really appreciate it, because yeah, it's just nice knowing that there's other people out there. I mean, I know there's other people out there, but like seeing responses, seeing things like that, it's really cool. I like it. It's really, it does make you feel like you're not alone, and that like you can get through it. So just, yeah, remember that whenever you're feeling down, feeling low, feeling like you're in that really depressed state, just like remember that, hey, there's a person out there that's in that same boat, or is in a similar boat, something like that, who could really use, just something to hold on to. And you're that other person that they can hold on to, that they can like really be the like your helping guide. And if you ever need to do something, just go and watch one of my funny videos of me. I don't know. Like last 2 videos, I think I broke a spinning globe and did some other things and swore a couple times, so shh, don't tell anybody. But yes, if you ever need to just have a couple laughs, I am totally here for your entertainment when you need me. Yes, so I can be your little cheerleader if you need me here. So guys, just so you know, yeah, I'm here for you. And yeah, I'm trying to stay positive despite things that are difficult. And I know it can be difficult, but like, yeah, we'll get through it. We'll all get through it. And I feel like sometimes it's not just the side effects that are the problem. Sometimes the problem is also what comes after the side effects. The decisions that we have to make because of our side effects, like how do we go home from work, or do we stay at work? Can we stay at work? Do we take the time off, or do we do something like that, or do we use vacation time, things like that? That's a really big thing for me. I know that's one of those really big things. Or like now there's like excused, at least in America. America, there's a like excused like healthcare, I don't know, for people like with, yeah, I don't know. Basically, they can't make you they can't get you can't get in trouble basically because of if you have problems like epilepsy or other different disabilities that make you have to go home. So it's like not an unexcused absence, it's like an excused absence, like a cool hall pass, like one of those. But you know, nobody wants to abuse that power, like, right? And then like you sometimes get your and it sucks to say this, but like you get the people in your lives who you want to say are your biggest cheerleaders who end up like not being your biggest cheerleaders, and then being like, but you just made that a decision as like an adult, being like, I don't know, was that the right decision or was that not the right decision? Because you come home and then you go to bed and you take an 4-hour nap, and then all of a sudden you feel better and blah, blah, blah. So was going home the right decision, or was it just you being a baby? And it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry that I can't know the answer all the time. I would appreciate it if you would be a little bit more understanding to the fact that I don't know all the time. It's a little bit difficult if just let me be. So it's like sometimes it's a little bit difficult with people. We'll say the people who you want to have in your life, who are going to be very supportive of you aren't as supportive of you. That's when I'm not as happy. So I'll be your supportive person and say that when you don't feel good, mentally or physically, you should go home. You shouldn't push yourself because you think that's something that you have to do, because that isn't. And I realized this one day because I was like, I'm feeling like super mentally and physically exhausted and stuff. And I was like, 2 days after I had had my second seizure, that was like blah, 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 because I had my two partial seizures. And I was like, I just feel like mentally and physically exhausted. And I was like, I need to go home. And I was like, I know I'm going to get shit on when I go home. But I was like, what if this leads to something, you know? I feel like it would be better for me to just go home, take this time, instead of trying to be a hero and push through all this stuff, push through my work hour when I feel like I just can't. It's like I couldn't. So don't try to overexert yourself. Just be mindful of what your brain is trying to tell you. And your brain is we all know our brains are a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now, aren't we? And just think about what, yeah, those side effects are because we just don't, we're all over the place. Our bodies just are not cooperating. And so, we can't do anything about it, but the only thing we really can do is listen to them and make that decision of, you know what, the best thing for me is to just get the rest and stuff that I need instead of trying to push through and do something that I shouldn't. So yeah, that's my big advice for somebody, especially if they're feeling like that. And if you're feeling really, really low or depressed or not feeling well about yourself, try talking to somebody, try reaching out to friends, somebody who is going to listen to you, not just preach to you, because there's a difference. There's somebody who is going to listen to you and there's somebody who's going to preach. Somebody who's going to preach is somebody who's going to tell you that you are either doing something the wrong way or that you should be doing something this way, or you know what I mean, like that. And then there's somebody who's going to listen to you, and that person is the person who's going to be like, okay, well, this is the way that you're doing it. They're just going to, be your person who's you can rant to, basically. And you can say the things that you need to say no matter what, and they'll understand, and they won't try to interrupt you or anything. The preacher person's going to be trying to interrupt you every 5 seconds, telling you that you're wrong, or that, you should do something a different way. And you'll be like, that's not what I need to hear right now. I just need somebody to talk with or something like that. So if you're feeling really low, just try and find somebody like that will just be there to be supportive of you, to be on your side. I mean, I know I have one of those people. I have a couple of those people in my lives right now, and I'm really, really lucky to have those people, because if I didn't, I think I would have gone crazy by now. That's a definite fact. Yeah, those people are my really big support people who watch a lot of these videos, so I appreciate them. And yeah, so thank you to Steve for writing his little response to my epilepsy medication side effects video. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you telling me your story all the way from Ireland. I'm so glad that I know that somebody from Ireland is watching these videos, or watching a video. I will post this video on both that epilepsy one and on my normal one for July. And I'll see if anybody gets back to me on this epilepsy video. And if you guys have any more epilepsy stories that you'd like to share, please do. I would love to talk to you about them, because I want you guys to know that I am here for you. I can be your sounding board. I am here. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.